Remember Eunice, the bride who almost missed her wedding after spending hours held up in traffic? In this other episode, guests yawned the afternoon away, almost leaving unfed as the catering service whirled hours away in the traffic menace. With such histories, more couples are doing away with the hustles that make a wedding in the city for the calmness of a laid-back countryside or a destination away from the city. But even more noticeable are the cost-saving expeditions that mark the celebration of knots tied upcountry. From grounds to transport and logistics, taking the wedding back to the village could be the new cost-saving trend. In today's show, one couple decides to transport their Nairobi suppliers to a venue back home, while the second navigate past the bustle and settle for a wedding in the woody lodges of Naivasha, as in the case of destination weddings versus upcountry weddings. These high school sweethearts, Catherine and Daniel, have come of age, and now they have decided to take their wedding back to the village.
The reality is, weddings are very expensive. And after the wedding, we still have a life. And because I'm marrying the man of my dreams and someone I've been with all my life, like he was my first boyfriend, by the way. I'm marrying my first cat. They say my first love. Yes, it was my first cat.
Having courted for almost the whole of their adult life, choosing each other for lifelong commitment is only natural.
Dan is very sweet. And I wouldn't trade him for anything else. That's what matters. That's actually what gives me the drive that, after all, I'm going to marry Dan. So, just decided to keep things simple and stay within our means and have my dream wedding. Make this my dream wedding.
The two would have been comfortable with the marriage at the AG's, but their parents would hear none of it.
Refused to admit that. Our parents were like, you guys, you have to have a Christian wedding, you have to be in a church. We have been taking our friends to weddings and now it is our turn.
Both bride and groom's parents are funding a fraction of the catering budget, venue and transport, but being the chief hosts, Danny and Kathy also have their share.
We thought having a wedding in Nairobi, it's still another expense. But at home in the village, you know, like both our families come from the same area, we thought it would be a bit cheaper and wise to take the wedding to them, because it's theirs, I think. Or it's ours, we will get married at the end of the day. But we are doing it for them and for us also. And since we have, like, our friends from Nairobi wouldn't mind going to the village, but now carrying the whole village to bring to Nairobi.
Their parents have negotiated a free venue back home, thus cutting down what would have been transport costs to and from Nairobi.
In families, you have those disagreements. They had a wedding, they didn't want us to go, so we've avoided all that. Everyone was going to attend the wedding at home.
They are importing their wedding bands from Kuwait and slashing the golden budget by half.
We have a season where everything is at a discounted rate. It's called Hala in Arab.
All the foodstuffs will be sourced fresh from the farms back home.
Rice right now is very cheap.
Yeah, in
Mwea, it's very cheap. Like with 7,000, you can buy
90 kgs.
Like 90 kgs. Normally, you'd even go for 11 to 12,000. Yeah, so those are some of the advantages that we are taking when it comes to food.
Yes.
Planning way ahead of time has also allowed them time enough to scout for possible discounts.
The lady who is doing our photography, she gave an offer last year. It was an offer actually that if you book now, you get a discount. I have a very big discount. The photography they would have gotten at 60,000, we are doing it at half price. So we told her we have a wedding next year. You know, when it's last year and then you say 1 year from now you have a wedding. So we booked then. We told her we want a wedding in August this year. And she wouldn't refuse because we had booked early in advance.
And with slightly over $500,000, the ICT specialist groom and his marketer bride will by all means have a grand wedding back in their village.
We want to have a Nairobi wedding, but we just take it to the village.
It's a digital wedding, the one we would have had in Nairobi with everything. We'll make it happen in Mwea.
For the first time in their 4 years of courtship, Faith, an advocate, jokes that her co-advocate and fiancé, William, first kept time on the morning of their proposal.
At around 10:30, he was there. The one time, he kept time. No, I didn't know where we was going, so I just jumped into the car and off we started.
The scenic drive finally made destination at the Sawela Lodges, where the two had lunch before taking a walk along the shores of Lake Naivasha.
Just a few meters, like he was just daring me. I fear a big mass of water. I'm only comfortable with a swimming pool. So he asked me, can you be able like to step to the water? I'm actually afraid, so I'm like, you get in. Now he just, not really into the water, just a bit to the water. He gets there, and that's where he posed his question.
For a moment, plans to take her master's program took a back seat. This was all she needed for now.
Looking at his eyes, there's no way I'll have said no. So I said yes.
She now has her big day all figured out.
I knew for sure what I didn't want. I didn't want a wedding in the city. I knew that. I don't want the hassles, people running from one end of the city to the other with the traffic.
She will navigate the hustles of the capital in exchange for a calm and tranquil countryside.
I like the natural environment. So I knew, and this is what I wanted, a wedding where there's nature, surrounded by trees, you know, grass, and a bit of water, not so much.
And to have a perfect view of the absolutely beautiful drive from her parents' home in Nairobi to the venue in Naivasha, the bride will ride in a Land Rover.
It will blend very well with the theme, which is wild.
With a wedding in the woods, her decor will also rise up to nature's call.
I'm not going to have drapery in my wedding. I don't like those swags, those materials going around. I don't like them. Now, and I knew if we get like a place where the environment will come out clearly, it will enable us just to do our own thing without having those drapery and still have a very beautiful occasion.
My dream wedding, if I can say, has always been to give her what she wants. And now that she has said she's getting what she wants, I guess I'm good to go.
Catherine is looking for her dream gown in the bridal shops of Nairobi.
It's 5 months to the wedding and I'm looking for a gown early enough. I don't really know what I want. You see I'm short and I don't know what will look nice on me.
Have you tried any wedding dress?
No.
No? You don't have any idea what you want?
No. A hairline looks nice on anyone.
For a rough idea, Frida of True Creations takes her through a bridal couture book.
Customize whichever gown I want. Maybe we take the upper part of this and the middle part of this and the down part of this with one gown.
Okay, right now what we have here on the rack, maybe you can try and see if there's anything you like. Okay. In case you don't like anything that we have here, we can actually order for you. Okay. And it just takes 3 weeks, and then you have your dress. Okay. But before you arrive to that decision, maybe you should try a few. Maybe 1 or 2 dresses.
Are you going to charge me for trying?
No, it's absolutely free. We don't charge for trying.
It's beautiful.
Do you like it?
A lot. So still buzzing.
So is it the dress? Or you want to try another one?
Can you make it short? Can you cut?
No, we can't. Look at the base. It's so beautiful. We can't work on this and bring it back. No. We'll be spoiling the dress.
Okay.
Yes.
Layered mermaid dress number 2 takes on her shape well, but the snow-white bare shoulders breaks the deal.
Here comes the bride.
I think the best thing for you, because I can see you have a problem because of actually the length.
Yes.
And
I'm
the
barely
issue,
5 feet.
Yeah, and the issue of you want to cover yourself.
Yes.
I think the best option is we order a dress for you.
Does that really work?
I tell you and I promise you, it will work.
What if I don't like it when it comes?
I'm sure you'll love it because you know it is your dress that we are going to order, not my choice, your choice.
And so it's back to the bridal pictorial.
Can we have lace up here? Where the decoration, like a lace, something.
Yeah, something like this. Eh?
Yeah, something like this or this.
Oh yeah,
but
actually, almost like
this.
Yeah. We can do that.
Frida has assured me that she'll customize for me and she will get for me exactly what I want, and with the particulars I've given her, we've discussed. And I'm just hoping, I'm crossing my fingers that it will come out nice, because she has assured me she has done this before and she has even given me referrals.
Second groom, William, is fitting his wedding suit today.
This would be for the afternoon session, for the reception.
Perhaps to mark the nature and wild theme of the wedding, the groom and his men left it to the designer to explore his creativity out of the fabric.
La yoke, so we tried and to do it differently. So here's, as you can see, the front part is basically this African print.
There's a nice fit here. It's not very tight, but yeah, at least it gets to show my arc. That is really what I wanted. I didn't want something too baggy. Yeah, and at the same time I didn't want it to gather here. Yeah. So when I get naughty, this is what I do.
The groom will spot a grey suit for the ceremony.
It's a one-button blazer, so it's also a fitting. It's not much of just something baggy. It's something that you can also, it's an occasional wear.
Happy, and also on the part of the shirts, they are just awesome.
So
They're just awesome.
Francis,
Francis has earned his pay.
Three weeks later, Catherine makes a return to Frida's shop.
Aggie, hi. Hi, Catherine. How are you? I'm good.
I'm here.
You're here. I love this. It's modest. I love my arms. This is what I wanted exactly. Decoration is mini. It's not so shouting. It's nice. And she put this. You can't see my tummy, right? Oh, I love this. The fabric, it is organza. It's not heavy as I thought. It's very light and comfortable. Huh? I'm going to dance myself silly. Let's see.
And the level.
My gown is ready and I'm settled, because with the gown, the wedding will be there. I'm so happy and contented.
Faith and William are attending the Samantha's Wedding Expo. Samantha's Wedding Expo is a 3-day event which brings together bridal stockists and suppliers, giving couples the advantage of a one-stop shopping spree for their big day. Exhibiting in one of the stands is Magnolia Events, who they later sign up for the wedding decor. Meanwhile, Catherine and Daniel are also taking an inspirational afternoon at the Samantha's Bridal Expo as well. After an afternoon of shopping and exchange of promising business cards, the couple gets a pleasant surprise. Courtesy of Fairmont Mount Kenya Safari Club, they will have an all-paid romantic weekend getaway.
We are so happy. We have won the weekend getaway. Perfect timing for our honeymoon. A good way to start. We are so happy. Yeah. Fairmont. Thank you.
Having met their wedding decorator at the Samantha's Wedding Expo, Faith and Daniel are paying her a second visit.
Flowers ordered. I have fabrics done for your tie bags, which is actually, hope you like it. It's the purple.
Oh, this is the deep purple.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's good. What do you think? This is awesome. This is the deep purple
nice.
we were looking for.
Yeah.
And then my posy. Have you started to work on it?
It's too early, but we've actually ordered you flowers. And as we agreed, it's a water lilies with dark purple inside.
The gazebo.
Yes.
I'm actually excited about it.
Yes,
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And to match nature and the woody location, a gazebo made of wood and wild money plant will be most ideal.
On the side, are we expecting anything? On the
Just
side?
floral and a bit more lace going down.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll do a bit of more white roses and white water lilies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just because it's a romantic flower.
With a sketch of the setup and floral arrangement, they can move to attend to other wedding details.
We have finalized on what we were supposed to do. I think we are happy. She's understood our concept, which was very important, and especially what my fiancé wanted, and that makes me a happy man.
After a scenic proposal at the Sawela Lodge, Faith and William are wedding today at an equally picturesque Sopa Lodge's Naivasha. Our morning kicks off with all things bridal at the bride's place in Nairobi.
I'm excited. I must say there's a bit of anxiety that comes, but I'm really looking forward to the ceremony.
To match the rustic feel of the countryside woody estates, Faith chose a beaded skirting embedded with leafy patterns and some pearls and wedges to complete the effect.
The upper designs from the internet, and but the bottom side was not good. So, and I looked out for the lower side from Samantha magazine. So I took the two parts and took it to the fundi. So this is the outcome.
Downstairs, her relatives are having some breakfast before escorting their daughter. And after ascertaining she's well and up to the occasion, we start off on our breathtaking drive to the lodge. The setup works are underway. Open high-peak tents and jungle green banqueting chairs to match, and maybe confuse the wild grazing by The ceremony setup takes a more tranquil look in white with garlands draping to the side. The decorator beautifully merges the natural chic feel with crystals and white taffeta to create an elegant gazebo.
Due to the cold, we're having issues with flower production for local markets, but we've had to be creative to still have a beautiful wedding with not as many flowers as we hoped for, but all that has...
Okay.
Yeah. We're supposed to arc it with flowers all around, so we've had to go with green, which is good with nature, and also we've added the crystal beads at the back to just bring it up, still beautify it, not as, you know, we had to work with Mother Nature. That was my challenge in this one, yeah.
As the bride insisted, drapery and swags are a complete no-no in the bush setup. She makes an entry in a jungle Land Rover, giving her a perfect view on the road trip.
It was cool. I liked it. My theme is wild. And looking at the place where our wedding is happening at Sopa Lodge, the car runs very well with the theme and the venue.
Together with her parents, she will ride to the waiting groom in a golf cart.
I have a bit of butterflies in my stomach, but most of all, I'm really happy to see the sun is out.
Today is just an awesome day. No one can take the joy I have in my heart from me. Even if you come with a gun, that's your problem. You die, we'll tell God you died. We're just so happy. No one can take it away from me. I'm really excited and I want to see what my bride looks like. It's been a long walk, but it's culminating in happiness, and we're just so glad that it's the day that we've been planning for.
but at the same time I have butterflies in my stomach. The time is here. Yeah, what we've been preparing for months, now it's here.
The Bible says, wives, submit to your husbands as to the Lord. Biblia inasema wake nyenyekeeni waume zenu kama ni kwa Bwana. So Faith, I want you to mark that word, wives. Faith, ilo neno wake ningependa ulishike vizuri.
Husbands, love your wives. Waume, pendeni wake zenu, just as Christ loved the church, kama vile Kristo alivyopenda kanisa, and gave himself up for her to make her holy, cleansing her by the washing with water through the word. This is a profound mystery. Hii ni siri kuu, but I'm talking about Christ and the church. Lakini naongea kuhusu Kristo na kanisa. Will take you, Faith Modoni Macharia.
Will take you, Faith Modoni Macharia,
to be my wedded wife of choice.
My wedded wife of choice.
To live together after God's ordinance.
In the holy state of matrimony.
In the holy state of matrimony.
I will obey you.
I will obey you.
Sickness and in health.
In adversity and prosperity.
Adversity and prosperity.
Forsaking all other women.
Forsaking all other women.
And forsaking all other men, so long as both of us shall live.
Hallelujah!
And in the reception area look ready and set for a feast. The newlyweds take a breather before joining their guests. The groom puts on a more casual shirt, while the bride comes in lighter, minus the veil and trail, ready for a celebration. Game of wits for the couple before they cut the African heritage-inspired cake.
No, don't touch! Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Like a good lawyer. Yes, yes. Good job! Makofi kwake! Thank you.
Been an awesome day, away from the bustles of the city, with the monkeys chattering and the birds singing.
Magnolia have just earned their pay. They have overdone what we anticipated.
Faith and William had their photo session by the shores of Lake Naivasha, getting the best of two worlds, the wildlife in the babbling in the woods and the vast fresh waters of the rift. It's the morning of Catherine and Daniel's up-country wedding. This unpaved road in Kirinyaga County leads to the wedding venue. They are saying I do, surrounded by small streams amidst stretches of rice fields in Mwea. There are no signboards around, but without the urban traffic menace, we easily follow the lead car ahead to the bride's childhood home.
I'm excited. I can't wait to get to the church and say I do. My family, my friends, my relatives, everyone is here. Yeah, and my friends from everywhere. Uganda, Tanzania, Kuwait, everywhere. Nakuru, kila mahali wamekuja. I'm so happy to see them. Is attending, even my grandparents, even my great, everyone will be there. Yeah, you're going to see. It's a small village, everyone knows about the wedding, they are going to come
all groomsmen are here too, ready to get to the altar their friend's fiancé. Church choir receives the bride in a well-rehearsed dance. This is the church she was raised in.
ombi langu umejibu. Mungu aliyenipa huyu malaika wangu, nitamtunza kwa pendo kwa moyo wangu wote, nitamtunza kwa pendo kwa moyo wangu wote.
Their decor person arrived earlier the previous day, creating time enough to lay the church and reception setup.
I'm so happy. I'm going to get a wife, and I pray that they're going to make a very happy family. I have not seen the gown. She has been hiding the gown for almost now 2 months, so I'm waiting to see it now.
The church is as full as any ordinary Sunday, and the choir takes center stage on the playlist.
I promise to be obedient to you. You look at her, not at me. You know the difficulties.
All the difficulties. I love and respect.
The whole of my life.
The whole of my life.
What God has united, no man should separate until death. Through Christ our Lord. Kwani mmeachana? Mmeanza kuchoka? Hamwachani tena? Okay, sawa. Hamwachani tena na mnakaribiana sasa.
To symbolize the new union, the newlyweds perform the sand ceremony. Through the priest, the couple receives a certificate of benediction from the Pope.
His Holiness Benedict XVI cordially imparts the requested apostolic blessings to then Daniel Isika Mainge and Catherine Katile on the occasion of their marriage.
The bridal party will have a freestyle, fun-filled photo session in the farms before joining the guests at the reception.
We feel so great. Yes. We are happy. The day has been good so far. They're married. I love my ring. No, it was overwhelming. I had a bit of joy. Yeah, I was so happy, and
I couldn't tears of joy.
Needless to say, the photoshoot venue comes as free as nature can be.
We were humbled to get a certificate from the Pope. It is such a blessing. We are going to frame it and keep it in our house to see forever. Our wedding has been blessed by the Pope.
The reception venue is already set in a nearby school ground. A vibrant combo of lime green and burnt orange. And to end the beautiful day, Catherine honors this age-old bridal tradition. It's been a lovely day, and above all, both families have witnessed this occasion, leaving none with that feeling of being left out.
She actually exceeded our
expectations.
Yeah, Rosalind, you made our day perfect.
She made our
You are the best.
As they say, their suppliers, most invited from Nairobi, have done well in delivering their dream wedding.
We didn't see any issue.
Yeah.
The food was good. Everyone has taken something.
Yeah.
We even have more food, so people will still have meals.
They are now husband and wife, but the memories of his bride walking down the aisle will always remain fresh.
I got a surprise, the one I had said in the morning, or the gown. It was beautiful. I had not seen it for 3 months. It was wow.
At the church, I had so much fun saying my vows, and the gifts from Pope and from Rome were, I didn't expect that. It was such an honor.
We at Samantha's wish them blessings and favor as we catch a flashback of their surprise win at the Samantha's Wedding Expo and a glimpse of their romantic weekend getaway at the Fairmont Mount Kenya Safari Club.
We are so happy. We have won the weekend getaway. Perfect timing for our honeymoon. A good way to start. We are so happy. Yeah. Fairmont. Thank you.
While considering tying the knot in a destination away from the familiar, you may want to factor in a few aspects of your big day. For instance, your transport and accommodation and that of your guests. Should you want to import your suppliers, who will bear the cost of their transport? Are they familiar, or can they work well in and out of the usual urban setting? How comfortable are those who matter most? That is, your family and close relations. Finally, time and dates of the wedding and their effects on the program. However, you may realize that with an upcountry wedding, most of these wedding puzzles will be readily unraveled by your sentiments regarding today's show. Share your views on our interactive fan page, Samantha's Bridal. Follow us on Twitter at sbridal_Kenya or log on to www.samanthasbridal.co.ke. Discussions are going on now.